Okay, here we go again. I am going to make this video about the Brett Kavanaugh hearings and what went on yesterday. It is after 3 o'clock today, and so anyway, I can't sleep for other reasons other than the hearings and stuff. But anyway, yeah. I am tired, but I still can't fall asleep. Yeah, I've got some physical issues that, anyway, yeah. So anyway, some of my physical issues are, I haven't been able to go to the bathroom since Sunday. And today is Friday morning, and so a lot of that, a lot of crap gets built up, and it starts to hurt, and it does. My stomach inside are really hurt right now. But anyway, yeah. To get back to the Brett Kavanaugh hearing and stuff, I mean, okay, if you're a Democrat and you've been watching this and seeing what they've done to this guy, how are you still a Democrat? How are you still putting up with the party, that you belong to, that all they want to do is reverse the 2016 election? They're trying, you're Democrats, you guys are trying to, what would be the right word? Refute or reverse, or I don't know. But you can't accept the fact that Hillary Clinton lost. You can't accept that. You can't accept that. So what do? You do everything you can, legal or not legal, to deny his choice for the Supreme Court. I mean, the Judiciary Committee is only supposed to, advise and consent, to give him an honest and fair hearing and balanced hearing. If there are some legitimate problems with them, then fine. Bring them out in the committee, bring them out in the hearing. But you haven't done that. You drag this woman from all the way from California, who's got more holes in her story than a block of Swiss cheese, and force her to testify that, Brett Kavanaugh sexually assaulted me, when she didn't want to be. You could have brought her in quiet, anonymously, heard her story, and then said, okay, bye, have a nice life, see you later, and questioned him about that in the hearings. But did you Democrats do that? No. You sat on it for 2 months. And then you drop this out of nowhere, right in the middle of nowhere, right before the vote. It's like, come on. ridiculous. This is totally ridiculous. You know? Okay? She said that there are 4 people. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. 4 people at that party that she was at in which Brett Kavanaugh sexually assaulted her. Okay. How many do you think have denied that this ever happened? Oh, excuse me. How many of the 4 do you think have denied this ever happened? Okay. We're not talking 1. We're not talking 2. We're not talking 3. We're talking all 4 of them have denied this happened. All 4. Okay? This isn't a he said, she said thing. This is a she said, they said thing. Okay? You know, everybody she's implicated in being a part of this has denied that this happened. Okay? Every single one of them. She has holes in her story. Okay? Several holes. You know? I mean, she can't remember how she got there, how she left. You know, she can't remember a lot of things, you know, which is possible for a sexual assault case. But yet, she got several holes in her story, you know, about the fact, you know, about where it was at. You know, it's like, oh, I think it was at near such and such golf course. Well, none of those 4 people live anywhere near the golf course that she talked about. You know? I mean, it's a long ways away from... They all 4 lived a long ways away from it. Okay? So why would they be at a party, you know, a long ways away from home when, you know, I just do not believe her, you know. And then she sounded like a little kid. Oh, I don't remember. I don't recall. I don't, let me see here. You know, I mean, come on. She came off as, you know, she didn't come off as the brightest bulb in the tree, let me put it that way, okay? You know, I mean, when you get to be a doctor in almost anything, you know, when you're a doctor in almost anything, you are sharper, you are, you know, you're one of the sharpest knives in the drawer, believe me, okay? And I just look at my high school. I look at my high school class when I graduated. There's 2 girls in my class who are doctor. One is a doctorate with a PhD doctorate, so she's a doctor's doctor. And the other is teaching classes at a college or university or a community college. You know, she's got a doctorate, so she's teaching. Okay? Both of them were extremely sharp in high school. You know? Neither one of them acted like a ditzy teenage girl. Neither one of them did that. Okay? You know, to get a doctorate like Dr. Ford has, you got to be extremely sharp, even in high school. You don't just flip a switch. You don't just flip a switch and go from being a ditzy or airhead teenager to someone who's extremely bright and intelligent. That never happens. You don't do that. You got to be extremely sharp from day one, you know. I mean, come on. You know? You got to be extremely sharp from growing up. You got to be one of the smartest kids in every class you're in. You know? You can't just get by with, some of the stuff she said and done, and oh man. Last week I talked to one of my siblings about what was going on. And I said, how many more women have to come forward? How many more women have to come forward if the first one doesn't work out to derail his nomination, or the second one, or the third? How many more women have to come out before Democrats will give up and quit doing this? Quit bringing forth all these women to accuse him of something to just to derail his confirmation. How many more women? And my brother essentially said, as many as it takes. As many as it takes. That to me says a lot about the Democratic Party. Okay? That says a lot about the Democratic Party. Okay? Because they aren't interested in giving anyone that Trump nominates a decent hearing and a fair and decent hearing. They aren't interested in that at all. They are only interested in one thing only: stopping the person that Trump wants to nominate from getting on the Supreme Court. And they are hell-bent on making that happen. And they will pull out every dirty trick they can ever come up with, and every single underhanded thing they can do. They will do any of that to make sure that happens. I mean, that's the way the politics of personal destruction. They'll try to destroy someone's life. They will destroy someone's life if they can. Okay? That's all Democrats care about. Democrats care about getting power and naming the people they want to name to the Supreme Court. Okay? So the Supreme Court can go to the left. So our country can go further left. Well, yeah, it's the other opposite of, here it's, on the screen it looks like I'm going to the right. Well, no, maybe it does show that I'm going. No, it does show that I'm going to the left. Anyway, that's all they care about. That is all they care about. Reversing the 2016 election and getting power and stopping Trump from getting his nominee on the Supreme Court, and waiting it out till hopefully they can win a lot of elections in 2020. That's all Democrats care about. They care about Dr. Ford? Not a bit. They are going to drag her through the mud too and destroy Brett Kavanaugh's life because they can't stand what he believes in. Okay? They can't stand what he stands for. I'm sorry, but elections do have consequences. I'm sorry, but let's see here. When did Republicans do that to Sotomayor and Kagan when they were Obama's nominees? When did that happen? When did that happen? When did they attempt to destroy their lives because they disagreed with them of political beliefs? Okay? When did Republicans do that? Okay? Democrats, that never happened. That never happened. They had a lot of Republicans that voted for them just because they were qualified, and the Republicans were like, hey, they're qualified. We can't stop them from getting on the Supreme Court. We do not have any legitimate arguments against them being on the Supreme Court. I mean, we might disagree with them politically. Absolutely that's true. When it comes to what they believe, oh my gosh. If you looked at what I believed and what Sotomayor and Kagan believed, we would have almost nothing in common. Okay? And the same thing for almost all the Republicans. But did the Republicans try to destroy them just because they didn't agree with them politically? No, that never happened. Okay? That never happened. Do you think the Republicans should get into games of personal destruction when a Democrat is the next Democrat who's elected president? Do you think the Republicans should do the same thing to them, to their nominees, or not? I know the answer to that question. The answer to that question is, of course not. We should have the person we not want to nominate. The Republicans shouldn't. Plain as day. That is the truth. That is the absolute truth when it comes to Democrats. You don't think that Republicans should get the nominees to the Supreme Court when they have a president. When a Republican president has been elected, you think that they should not have the right to get them on their Supreme Court. Okay? I'm sorry, but it doesn't work that way. Democrats are not the only ones who get to put people on the Supreme Court. I'm sorry. Elections have consequences. You lose a presidential election, there becomes an open seat on the Supreme Court. The Republican president gets to name who they want on the Supreme Court. That's the way it is. Oh man, my stomach hurts. Oh man. I don't know if I need more laxative or what, but anyway. I should, let's see. Man. It's like, how are you Democrats? How are you Democrats? How do you stay being Democrats? Because after everything they've done, after everything they do, when it comes to dealing with conservatives, Democrats, you will do anything. I literally mean anything when it comes to getting your way. Destroy a person's life, that's no problem. That's chicken feed. I would not doubt it. I would not doubt it if the Democratic Party authorized someone to get bumped off, or, let me be honest and direct. I wouldn't doubt it if the Democratic Party authorized someone to be murdered because they were the opposition. Either they were the opposition or they were opposed to the Democrat, not going on along with the Democratic plan and what they wanted to do. I won't put it past Democrats to do that. Murder? Oh, no problem. Look at all the people that Bill and Hillary Clinton have dealt with who turned up dead soon after they got in their way. Look at the long list. I think it's more than 50 people already now. People all died under very mysterious circumstances and very, under very suspicious circumstances right after they got in the way of the Clintons. Not before, but right after they did, they turned up dead. Okay, so look at the list. But anyway, oh man, I feel like, oh man, oh, I'm tired. So no matter what I should do, I should try to go to bed and get some sleep and put this up on my website later, on my Facebook profile, and on my YouTube profile. Should put this video up there later. Get this taken care of. Go to bed. Good night.